Well, arena football is back, and there are 5 or 6 leagues that I think deserve mention. Starting with the cream of the crop, the Indoor Football League, which is, I think, the most stable. I think they've done the best in the off season or seasons, as everybody has, amended play because of COVID. Then there's the Champions Indoor Football League, which I do think has passed the National Arena League as far as stability. I just think the NAL is in a terrible position right now. There's Elite Indoor Football, the Western Conference of American Football, the Fan Controlled Football League, the American Arena League. Uh, there are also some other leagues that might get a mention here. A few quick notes on the worst to first. I think teams like the leagues like the National Gridiron League are just an embarrassment. They've never played, they never will play. They've been a scam that just seems to refuse to die for a long time. I don't know why they're still out there, but there are leagues, that are playing games. Unfortunately, it seems like it's a pay-for-play kind of thing, oftentimes in arenas that have no capacity for someone to go see a game, like the Elite Indoor Football League and the American Arena League, which does have some upsides going for it, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. So, welcome back to Citizen Arcane. We appreciate every click. Please do stay a while. After 2 minutes, there will be a treat, and after 5 minutes, there will be a treat. We do try to get all of our information in about 5 minutes, just because some of these podcasts, I think, go on for too long. Anyway, I'd like it if you could share this anywhere you can, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. That helps. And, of course, this is sponsored by us. And this specifically is going to be sponsored by several of our libertarian patches that you can find on eBay or on now. And I do think that this libertarian effort, because I'm so against the NFL, and I do love sport. I think sport has its place. I don't think its place is as high up on the sort of hierarchy of needs that we have given it. There's too much celebrity given to sports, too much money being spent at certain levels of sports. So this brings it back to the people. I think leagues like this. That said, let us get into a few honorable mentions. There are some teams out there that deserve to be mentioned, like the Northern Arizona Wranglers of the Indoor Football League, which I think are just a team intended to be sold. There are some other teams out there that we'll mention as we go on, but here we go. So my top 20, and I base this in order of importance on these metrics. 1, just my personal opinion, because I like this kind of stuff. 2 is franchise stability, to include franchise free agency, league free agency, with points going to teams that have survived multiple leagues, because that demonstrates a commitment to bringing your fans a game, and it doesn't matter so much what league it's in. Fan support, teams that have demonstrated long-term fan support, and that, just putting meats in the seat, that makes them much more stable. Front office, support, just basically teams that look like they have their house in order and a plan. There are some teams that do football operations better, and also some teams that are doing outreach better than others, and I just would like to mention those. And then, of course, ownership, which should probably be higher up on the list, but basically owners that seem to be committed to getting games for their fans in their market. On the one hand, I do appreciate that the Champions Indoor Football League does put in their mission statement that they need to be profitable. And some of the other leagues that seem to be pay for play and making marginal attempts to get fans in, all of those things are great, but I really want to see teams that are going to be sustainable and teams that are going to be around. So when they say they want to make a profit, and I don't know that anybody in arena football is, at least that is a plus. Again, some other teams that I think are worthy of an honorable mention would. And let's go ahead and start my countdown with number 20 on my list, which is the Indianapolis Enforcers of the American Arena League. They've been around for a while. They played in major professional indoor football, and they have survived. You know, they've survived a league that I'm not even sure where that league is now, but maybe they're moving up. Number 19 is also in the American Arena League, the St. Louis St. Charles Bandits, which is another attempt in St. Louis at the Fan Arena in St. Charles. So the potential is there for Make the Leap, and also you know, it's on my list because I would like to see a game. I've been to lots of games at Family Arena, and that's a pretty good facility. And these are all teams that I think are going to survive on my list, but there are some that I don't think will, and some that I don't even think might even finish the season. For example, the Wichita Force of the Champions Indoor Football League. They're playing in a casino, maximum capacity, 3,400. Now, they have been around for a while, so maybe I'm being overly harsh. There is the Yakima Canines of the American West Football Conference. It just seems like every team in that league, except for the Horsemen, is there to support the Horsemen, which I would like to see folded into the IFL or maybe even the Champions Indoor Football League because it's in the right footprint. Then there's teams like the Atlanta Cats of the United Arena League that shortened its seasons last year and played its championship game in sort of an ad hoc kind of way. Not sure how that's going to go. Let's just see how time handles it. Number 18 on my list is the Charlotte Thunder of the American Arena League. They are making a lot of noise online, and it does seem like there's a real push for them, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Number 17 on my list is the Wild Aces of the Fan-Controlled Football League. They won their bubble season championship, so they can't be discounted, and it does look like the FCF is making moves towards expansion and hopefully a non-bubble league. Number 16 on my list is the Beasts of the Fan-Controlled Football League, owned by Marshawn Lynch, also an owner in some capacity of the Bay Area Panthers of the IFL. Number 15 on my list is the Topeka Tropics of the Champions Indoor Football League. They seem to understand the "this should be fun" element of it. They have not taken a snap yet, though, and there isn't a lot of news coming out about them yet. I've followed their Twitter page, and I'm just not seeing a lot. Number 14 is the Salina Liberty of the Champions Indoor Football League. They've been successful on the field, and I like Sideline Sam, so they have a mascot. That means they're making the push for entertainment value. And I'm a mascot hunter, so he is now on my list. Number 13 is the Albany Empire of the National Arena League. Albany has supported its teams before, the Firebirds, which the old AFL wrongfully moved, and there have been attempts at reboots. This one, although it does look like the franchise itself has got some coaching problems and some front office problems, I think there's enough fan support there to make that happen. Number 12 is also in the National Arena League. That is the Richmond Rough Riders. They've won championships at every level that they've been, but they seem to be a little bit contrarian with whatever league they're in, and they're having a hard time now with the National Arena League. We'll see. I think, you know, they were a part of the American Arena League for a while, and it just seems like they're finding it hard to get along with a league. We'll see how that goes. And there's some of their tweets are a little off, I think. Number 11 on my list is the Omaha Beef of the Champions Indoor Football League. They've been around for a long time and have played in multiple leagues. It seems like they don't have a great venue or capacity where they're at, so let's just see. But they were the CIF champions, the last CIF champions. And then there is the Columbus Lions of the National Arena League. They're a survivor of multiple leagues. I've been to a game. They have an above-average facility, and they have had some success on the field. I think that would be great, a great travel partner if a team does come to Atlanta, where I'm based, and that could work out well. Number 9 is the Green Bay Blizzard of the IFL. They have survived the AF2 and been consistent since 2002. So if only Milwaukee could get a franchise that would work, that whole corridor would open up a lot more, and that could be successful for one of the leagues. Number 8 is the Quad City Steamwheelers. They played in the AF2. I think they played in the Arena League for 1 or 2 seasons when the Arena League was scrounging up teams from wherever they could. They've been in the CFL, and now they're in the IFL. Ownership, Doug Bland. I don't know much about him. If anybody does, please put something in the comments. And they have had a couple of dormancies, which isn't good, but maybe that was the right decision at the right time. Number 7 is the Iowa Barnstormers, again, survivor of Arena Football 2 leagues. They survived that terrible move where they were moved to New York and became the Dragons, which I'm totally against teams leaving. And I think they did play as the Barnstormers in New York for one season. I'm not quite sure about that. But they're in the IFL now. Hopefully, the leadership in that organization has learned their lesson. They're going to stay in Iowa. Number 6 is the Frisco Fighters of the IFL. They did lose head coach Clint Dolezal, who's going on to bigger and better things apparently, and that's bad. But they are owned by the Germain family, who also own the strangely dormant Columbus Wild Dogs. I'm not quite sure why that is. It seems like they would want to be more aggressive and get those guys on the field, but who knows. Number five on my list is the Spokane Shock of the IFL. They survived AF2, the AFL, and now the IFL. They survived one team name change, I think, when Albany was the Shock. Now they got it back, which is good for consistency. And hopefully they also have learned their lesson about just keeping the Shock in Spokane and making that work over the long term. Number 4 on my list is the Jacksonville Sharks of the National Arena League. They were in the old Arena League and they were one of the key teams in that old Arena League, and let's hope they make the leap forward and go into the IFL. Same thing with number 3 on my list, the Orlando Predators. They were definitely one of the cornerstone teams of the Arena Football League, and being in a league with only 6 teams now, I think just does not serve them well. Hopefully there's enough money behind them to get them to make the leap, or as I've always said, have the National Arena League just fold entirely into the Indoor Football League, and we'll see how that goes. Next up, number 2, the Massachusetts Pirates of the IFL now. They went from the National Arena League to the IFL, which I think shows commitment from the front office, but it does seem like they're another team that has a hard time getting along with the league. So we'll see how that goes. And, they did win the championship, but I put the losers of last year's IFL championship, the Arizona Rattlers, at the top of my list at number 1. Just because they are, again, one of the cornerstone, one of the glory teams of the old Arena Football League. It seems like their management is all about making sure that their fans get some games, and even if if the league didn't survive, they're going to survive. Let me know what you think. Am I close? Am I way off the mark? And